Okay, part two to me being able to communicate with the dead. So, I was a teenager when it had began. This loved one of mine passed. I believe he had cancer. A lot of people on my dad's side, inevitably, I don't know. I think there's a correlation, but I'll get to that. But a lot of people on my dad's side died of cancer, like a lot of people. And so I'm gonna start with my uncles, my great uncle Sonny. He died of cancer. I believe he died of cancer, and he was like one of those OGs of Harlem. He embodied that title. He really he just embodied it. You knew it was something to him if you didn't know what it really was. And yeah, so I was actually like in my house, and he died. I remember I went to his wake, his viewing. I don't know why they call it a wake. I'm still confused about that. But it was a viewing. I went to his viewing. I believe it was like no more than a week prior, a few days to a week prior to when this incident occurred. And I was just, I don't know, I don't remember exactly what I was doing, but I remember stopping in my living room because I smelled him. Not only did he have a distinctive scent, he wore the same cologne all the time. You could smell him before you seen him. But he smoked cigarettes. He was a very heavy smoker, and it was mixed with that. And if you know, you know. Like it was just a distinctive scent. And I smelled him, and it was like clear as day. It wasn't just like I smelled it and then it was gone. It was lingering, as if he literally just had left, or he was standing right there. And I remember just saying in my mind, like, hey, because nobody could tell me that it wasn't real. So that was the first time. Now, the second time that I can recall right now is my mother had an ex-boyfriend whom used to really love what's the keep on moving, don't stop like the hands of time, tick tock, find your own way to stay. But it wasn't that song. It was another song, another hit that group had. I can't remember. I'm about to look it up. I don't care. I got time. And I hope you got time with me. But that one is keep on moving, don't stop, no, keep on moving. Yeah, Soul to Soul. Okay, well, but it was another group. Back to Life. Back to Life. Yo, I remember when that song came out, when that song was a hit. I believe that came out in 89, and I was 3. And I'm like, keep up with me with my stories, because my first conscious thought was when I was 3 years old, which was in 89. And I remember telling a joke. I remember the day. I remember what I was doing. I remember cultivating in my mind how I was going to speak that joke. I remember thinking, even like just thinking like, wow, like I have this ability to do this, and I remember this. I'm gonna remember this time. Like it was a profound moment, and I was fucking 3 years old, which is confirmation to me that yeah, I was 3 physically as a human being, but I am not 3 years old as a spirit, as a soul. Like I am old. I am the embodiment of an old soul, period. So yeah, So the second time, right, my mother had a boyfriend, ex-boyfriend. Well, she was involved with this guy back in the 80s. Like, I believe they became an item when, like, in 88 or something like that. I don't know. But I always remember, like, stories that he was around. He remembered me when I was 2 years old. I was still in diapers. So, I got stories. So, yeah, I remember him playing that song in his car. We were all in his car. We was on 112th Street between 5th and Lenox. Yup. And he was playing it and he was moving the car to the beat. Like when that song used to come on, he'd be like, oh, that's my shit. He would turn it up. And I remember like, it just like, he loved it so much. I could feel it. I could feel how much he loved that song. And it made me love that song too. It really did. And I used to listen to the lyrics and I'm just like, yo, this song is like phenomenal. And I could understand it. I'm telling you, yo, I could understand it. If you know, you know. Anyway, so I remember when I first moved here. And I moved here. I remember coming here. So it's been 2 years now. I was actually on the plane on the 111 portal. I was on a flight coming here. And I believe I reached here because, you know, the time is different. I reached here on the 3rd. So today officially makes like a year. So anyway, yeah, I remember being here. Anyway, okay, let me slow down because a lot of this. So I remember, so his birthday is actually November 30th. And I remember on November 30th, literally, I put out of my mind all kinds of like, I don't even know what to call it right now, but it's at the tip of my tongue. Like anything that's earthly related. I was like, I don't need to think about dates. I don't have anything to do. I'm just living right now. I had to really, like, my jet lag wasn't just jet lag. I was digressing, relaxing, healing from so much. All the things that I was healing. So I was always tired, even in the month of November as a whole. Yeah, and I remember that song just I was laying in bed and that song just randomly popped in my mind. And I was singing it, but then I'm like, wait a minute. Like, not only am I thinking about this song, he popped into my mind too. And even his character and how he is, it popped into my mind. And I really didn't want to think about anybody from my past, dead or alive, because I just was not I wasn't receptive to that. And I looked at my phone and I'm like, oh shit, it's his birthday. And I was a little annoyed. You're gonna notice, like, I'm gonna say that a lot because sometimes my initial emotion is annoyance. But I pay attention to that because it's speaking to me, it's communicating to me. That's the way I communicate to myself, with like lower frequency emotions. So, yeah, I was like, oh, hell no. Like, you're not going to reach out to me. I was having a whole conversation. Like, you're not going to reach out to me as if nothing ever happened, you know, before you passed. And you're not going to, like, you're not allowed to do that. And when I said that, it stopped. The music stopped. Everything was just like done. And I was like, okay, like now I overstand and understand my power. I just have to be able to master it, so to speak. Temperance is significant. I have to be like, now that I know that I have this gift, I have to be able to temper it. So in regards to that, that was the last time before I became like very aware and accepted my gift. Now, a little prior to that, when I was actually coming here, a lot of like my ticket, my flight ticket, my like gate number, things like that said it was a certain number. It was 831 of that combination, you know, factorial. It was 831 factorial. So you could change it 6 ways, and it was always those 3 numbers that was in any kind of number sequence that was given to me. And I remember looking it up. I have this explanation in a previous video. I don't remember which one. I apologize. But I'm going to give a brief summary of it. Like, my grandmother reaches out to me every day, all day, with that number. Even to this day, it's been 2 years. And when I looked it up, it immediately came to me that this was her communicating to me, which was another confirmation on the light side that that communicates with me. And I was so elated. Like, I was so overjoyed. And even to this day, I'm still overjoyed and blown away that she does this. She does this every single day. Every day. Multiple times a day. So, yeah. So, yeah, the dad reaches out to me, and I'm still learning about it. I don't really know what to do with it, but I'm still learning about it. I take it as it comes. So yeah, my brother, he's been reaching out to me, and I'm allowing him to, because there's just so much that has been hidden from me, and I feel guided towards allowing him to do so. I feel safe within myself to allow him to do so, and I figured he would do that anyway, because that's his character. He wasn't gonna do it. Everybody ignored me before he died. Like, when he was alive, I was ignored. When I spoke my piece, I was ignored. A lot of people can't face me because I'm a truth teller. I'm a seer. I'm a truth teller. And a lot of people hate me for that. A lot of people are intimidated by me for that. And on some real shit, I don't give a fuck. Like, it's my calling. I have to. The pain and the heaviness that I feel if I don't speak my truth, it's not worth not speaking it to keep other people comfortable. Remember, I am not the sacrifice. I am the altar. I'm not the sacrifice anymore. And that's why they stay away. And it's better that way, because I will read you to filth. So I digress. So yes, I speak to the dead, and the dead speaks to me. I've been practicing more on actually like me speaking to them. Usually I just receive, but I'm not gonna allow that all the time, because it's heavy. It's a lot. So I'm going to be speaking more as well. I also was thinking about this morning how I have to say, I've never been like a prayer warrior. I've always had an innate knowing that I'm protected. through the trials and tribulations, adversity, and the experiences that I've endured in life, I just, like, there's no other explanation that I'm divinely guided and protected. And even before I immersed myself into spirituality, I've always been spiritual. I just didn't have an identity towards it. I didn't relate myself to it. I knew that I didn't relate myself to religion itself because some other people put me into religion, but I didn't consent to it. Feel me? So, yeah, so I was thinking that this morning. I was, like meditating, and it just made me think about how, I, confirmation. And it's my daughter. I know it is. I don't even have to, I'm gonna, like, it's confirmation. Yes. How I've always known that I was divinely guided and protected. And I always knew that was extended to my children and those whom I allow in my energy. But I'm speaking on my children right now. That was extended to my children. And I never prayed, but as long as I thought about something like, okay, I'm aware of these dangers, or I'm just aware of things. It doesn't always have to be negative. Like, just I'm aware of it, and I know that because I'm aware of it, they're protected, and whatever they need, it's gonna be supplied, and that was always the case. But I came to the understanding this morning during my meditation that if I actually pray on it in the way that I see fit, it'll only magnify that. And not only will it magnify it, it will be like, that statement, that saying where your grandmother's prayers is still protecting you, like that. So I'm going to begin practicing that. I found a new empowerment, and it all began, once again, like, I find things through pain, and I find that to be interesting as well. But and I see the high aspect of it because there's duality, the law of duality, and if I have the capacity to feel so much pain, I know that on the other side of that is joy, and I have to get through that pain in order to be receptive to the joy, the same amount of joy that's measured with the pain that I've felt. And that's why I do what I do, because I want to feel that. I want it to be normal. I want it to, I want to feel that. For sure. So, if anybody, like, have any thoughts on speaking to the dead, I forget what it's called, actually. Mediumship. Mediumship, yes. Actually, my partner, I didn't speak to him about this. I just saw 1938. I didn't speak to him about it, but well, okay, two of his loved ones passed over loved ones speaks to me. Yeah. And yeah. So I don't know what else to say about that. I don't feel guided to continue on that, but they speak to me, and yeah. So I'm tired. I know you. I'm sure you can see that. I am tired, and why I'm tired is because my son, he wanted to. He is in the process once again. Teenagers of a new hairstyle. I am his beautician. I am his kitchen beautician. And he wants to freeform again. So I got his hair to the optimal health in which it needs to be in. And this last night was supposedly the last time that I would be washing, trimming, moisturizing, and twisting his hair. He is going to leave his twists in maybe for a week or two, take those out. I instructed him to wash them prior to taking them out, and those twists out will be free-formed into locks. And yeah, like, he's coming into himself, and I'm so happy to see it and be a part of that. So yeah, it took a while. I take my time when I do hair, and I didn't want to do it today because Sundays I am like really pooped. I'm at work right now. I have a break, and I did it yesterday, and yeah. So I don't know what else to speak on. Thai tea episodes will be coming to you soon. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. Yo, I hope you manifested for the 111 portal. And the 1111 portal is coming up. Like, the energies are popping. They are popping, and you better utilize them. You better be tapping into your godlike energy. And just not even tapping in, just being, man. Just fucking be. Just be. Just be. My last new moon manifestations, like, they literally showed up in between this new moon that just occurred and the last one. It is potent. Do your thing. Do your thing. And you still got time because it's only the 3rd here. But if you're in the US, it's the 2nd, I think. Maybe. I don't know. No, I think it's the 3rd. But the energy is still potent. Do your thing. 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 So yeah, I'm gonna check up the deuces, and I'm gonna catch you next time. Thank you for listening. I am truly, truly grateful.